This August, American growers in their 50s and 60s are uncovering 12 biblical plants' history kept from the modern garden. Not because you missed something obvious, because nobody ever showed you what ancient scripture documented about these 12 plants worth $80 to $150 a year permanently. Before plant number 1, drop your state right now, because your USDA zone completely changes. Which of these performs best for you? Find yours and pay attention. And the one at number 9 has been kept off every mainstream shelf since your great-grandmother's time. Plant number 1, fennel, the aromatic seed plant referenced in ancient scriptural tradition long before supermarket spice aisles existed, growing quietly today in your own backyard for under $1 against $6 to $8 per jar at the grocery store shelf. Feathery blue-green fronds swayed gently in a sunlit Mediterranean-style herb bed, releasing a warm, licorice-sweet scent the instant your hand brushes past them in early morning light. Zones 4 through 9, full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient Mediterranean households dried fennel seed daily for generations long before the modern supplement industry existed. University Extension archives document fennel's aromatic compounds as a valued Mediterranean herbal tradition staple. One small packet of fennel seed costs $4 and replaces $60 yearly in specialty spice purchases. Most American growers harvest fennel seed far too early each season, losing half the essential aromatic oil content. That early harvest mistake wastes nearly $30 of usable seed value every single season. Wait until the seed head turns fully brown and papery before you clip it, and you will keep every dollar of that aromatic oil intact. But fennel was never the plant ancient households trusted most for purification rituals. Plant number 2 carries a purpose so specific, entire scriptural passages were built around it. And somewhere in this video is the story of a grower in Ohio who almost gave up on biblical herbs entirely after one costly mistake. That story is coming. Keep watching. Plant number 2, Hyssop, the purification herb named directly in scriptural cleansing rituals, growing today for $6 in your own raised bed against $12 per specialty herbal tin. Narrow green leaves and small blue-purple flower spikes catch the early morning dew along a sunlit stone garden wall. Zones 3 through 9, full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient households burn dried hyssop, specifically for its documented cleansing association in traditional ceremonial practice. University Extension records list hyssop as a hardy Mediterranean herb valued for centuries in traditional use. One hyssop transplant costs $6 and replaces roughly $70 yearly in specialty herbal tea purchases. Most American growers let hyssop grow leggy and unpruned, which sharply weakens its essential oil concentration. That single neglected pruning mistake quietly costs growers $25 in lost herbal potency each season. Prune hyssop back hard twice a season, and that compact regrowth holds nearly double the essential oil of a leggy plant. Have you ever grown a plant tied directly to ancient ceremonial tradition? Not decorative, but functional? Drop it below. Plant number 3 is a resin so rare, most American growers have never touched it. Plant number 3, frankincense, the resin tree documented in ancient scriptural trade routes as one of the most valued botanical gifts of its era. Container grown today for $25 against $60 per small jar of specialty resin. A twisted silvery trunk sits in warm greenhouse light, its narrow leaves catching a soft golden glow through the glass. Zones 10 through 11, full sun, container growing required. Nos 10s the S. Ancient trade caravans carried frankincense resin across entire continents, specifically for its documented ceremonial and scriptural value. University Extension container. Growing data confirms Boswellia sacra thrives in dry, arid conditions when replicated properly indoors. One young frankincense tree costs $25 and replaces roughly $100 yearly in specialty resin purchases. Most American growers overwater this desert origin tree, drowning its shallow root system within months. That single watering mistake destroys a $25 investment before it ever produces usable resin. Let the soil dry out completely between waterings, and this desert origin tree will reward you with resin for decades rather than months. Frankincense was rarely mentioned alone in ancient scriptural tradition. It appears paired constantly with one other resin. Plant number 4 was that exact companion, referenced together in nearly every documented ceremonial passage. Plant number 4, myrrh. The thorny resin tree, documented alongside frankincense in ancient scriptural tradition as an equally prized ceremonial gift. Container grown today for $25 against $60 per small jar of specialty resin. Thorny gray-green branches hold small dark resin beads that catch a warm amber glow under greenhouse light. Zones 10 through 12. Full sun, container growing required. Ancient scriptural accounts consistently paired myrrh with frankincense as twin ceremonial gifts of equal documented value. University Extension container data confirms comifera. Myrrh requires the same arid dry conditions as its frankincense companion. One young myrrh tree costs $25 and replaces roughly $90 yearly in specialty resin purchases. Most American growers let myrrh's thorny branches grow overcrowded, which sharply reduces resin bead production. That neglected pruning mistake quietly costs growers $30 in lost resin yield each season. Thin the branches every spring, and this thorny tree channels its full energy into resin instead of tangled growth. Drop your state in the comments right now. Your USDA zone completely changes which of these 12 plants performs best for you. Plant number 5 carries a bitter reputation, scripture used as a warning. Plant number 5, rue. The bitter herb referenced in ancient scriptural text as a symbol of burden and warning. Growing today for $6 in your own garden border against $12 per specialty tincture bottle. Delicate blue-green lacy foliage catches morning dew along a sunlit stone border, its small yellow flowers standing out sharply against the muted leaves. Zones 4 through 10, full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural passages referenced rue directly as a symbol tied to bitterness and burden within traditional teaching. University Extension records confirm rue as a hardy Mediterranean herb historically grown for its documented ornamental and traditional use. One rue transplant costs $6 and replaces roughly $50 yearly in specialty tincture purchases. Most American growers plant rue directly beside walkways, risking skin contact with its irritating sap in sunlight. That placement mistake costs growers the entire plant once family members react and pull it out. Tuck rue safely behind a border, away from foot traffic, and you keep its full ornamental and traditional value without a single skin reaction ever occurring. Did you believe every biblical era plant was meant purely for comfort and healing? Be completely honest in the comments below. Plant number 6 carries a warning scripture never once softened. Plant number 6, wormwood. The intensely bitter plant scripture used repeatedly as a symbol of harsh warning and unmistakable consequence. Growing today for $6 in your own garden against $12 per specialty extract bottle. Silvery gray feathery foliage holds a soft velvety texture, catching low golden light along a weathered stone border each morning. Zones 3 through 9, full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural passages used wormwood's intense bitterness repeatedly as a symbol of harsh consequence within traditional teaching and warning. University Extension records confirm Artemisia absinthium as a hardy silvery perennial, grown historically for its documented traditional and ornamental value. One wormwood transplant costs $6 and replaces roughly $55 yearly in specialty extract purchases. Most American growers crowd wormwood too close to neighboring herbs, stunting its silvery growth within one season. That spacing mistake quietly costs growers the plant entirely by the following spring. Give Wormwood a full 18 inches of breathing room, and its silvery growth fills that entire space within just one season alone. And we have not even reached number 7 yet. 6 more biblical plants remain, each with its own documented history. Coming up next is the real story of a grower whose entire garden almost failed completely. Earlier, at the start of this video, I mentioned a grower in Ohio who almost gave up on biblical herbs entirely. This is that story. He planted frankincense and myrrh in the same overwatered bed as his hyssop, losing both resin trees within a single zone's 6th season until a university extension guide finally showed him each plant needed its own container. By his second zone's 6th season, separating each resin tree correctly saved him nearly $150 in avoided replacement tree purchases. If you are still watching right now, this next plant is exactly why I made this video, not for the algorithm, for the grower who genuinely stayed until here. Plant number 7 holds a scriptural reference so small that most growers overlook its enormous documented meaning entirely. Plant number 7, mustard. The tiny seed scripture used directly as a measure of enormous unseen growth potential and outcome. Growing today for $3 in your own raised bed against $6 per jar of specialty seed. Bright green leaves and small golden flowers scatter across sunlit soil, their seed pods rattling gently in the afternoon breeze each day. Zones 2 through 11. Full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural teaching used mustard's tiny seed size directly as a parable for enormous unseen growth potential and outcome. University extension records confirm Sinapis alba as a fast-growing annual valued historically for both culinary and documented traditional use. One packet of mustard seed costs $3 and replaces roughly $45 yearly in specialty spice purchases. Most American growers bury mustard seed far too deep, preventing proper germination within the first 2 weeks. That sowing depth mistake wastes nearly the entire packet before a single seedling ever emerges. Sow mustard seed just a 1/4 inch deep, and germination jumps from a coin flip to nearly guaranteed within 1 week. If you are watching and not yet subscribed, YouTube will simply stop putting this content in your feed entirely. Natural Verge releases zone-accurate plant knowledge every single week, built specifically for American viewers who want real documented results. Plant number 8, coriander. The seed scripture directly compared to manna in ancient documented text. Growing today for $3 in your raised bed against $6 per jar of specialty seed. Delicate lacy leaves and small white flower clusters catch morning dew across sunlit soil, their tan seed heads forming steadily through the season. Zones 2 through 11. Full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural text directly compared coriander seed's appearance to manna, giving this plant rare documented descriptive significance. University extension records confirm Coriandrum sativum as a fast-growing annual valued historically for both leaf and seed harvest. One packet of coriander seed costs $3 and replaces roughly $40 yearly in specialty spice purchases. Most American growers plant coriander too late in warm weather, causing it to bolt before producing usable leaves. That timing mistake wastes nearly the entire harvest before a single usable leaf appears. Sow coriander in cool early spring soil, and you get full leaf harvests for weeks before it ever thinks about flowering. Have you ever grown a plant scripture compared directly to something as significant as manna? Drop it below. Plant number 9 barely survives outside warm climates, and almost nobody talks about why. Plant number 9, cumin. The seed scripture references directly as a measured tithe crop within ancient documented agricultural tradition and record. Growing today for $3 against $6 per jar of specialty seed. Thin, thread-like foliage and delicate white-pink flowers sway gently in warm sunlight across sunlit raised bed soil each afternoon. Zones 9 through 11. Full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural agricultural law referenced cumin directly as a measured tithe crop, giving it rare documented economic significance for its era. University extension records confirm Cuminum ciminum needs a long warm season and struggles severely outside zones 9 through 11 without protection. One packet of cumin seed costs $3 and replaces roughly $40 yearly in specialty spice purchases. Most American growers start cumin outdoors too early, exposing tender seedlings to lingering cold damage. That early planting mistake destroys nearly the entire seedling batch before summer heat ever arrives. Start cumin indoors under warm grow lights 6 full weeks before your last frost date, and you skip the cold damage entirely. This channel exists for Americans who have spent enough seasons making expensive mistakes they were never once warned about. If that describes you, and you are in your 50s or 60s, plant number 10, Anise. The seed scripture references directly alongside cumin as another measured tithe crop within ancient documented agricultural record and law. Feathery licorice-scented foliage and small white umbrella flower clusters sway gently in warm afternoon sunlight across sunlit raised bed soil, replacing $6 specialty jars for just $3 each season. Zones 4 through 9. Full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural agricultural law paired anise directly alongside cumin as another measured tithe crop of documented economic weight. University extension records confirm Pimpinella anisum develops a sensitive taproot that resents disturbance once established in garden soil. One packet of anise seed costs $3 and replaces roughly $40 yearly in specialty spice purchases. Most American growers start anise indoors and transplant it, damaging the taproot beyond recovery within days. That transplanting mistake destroys nearly every seedling before it ever reaches maturity outdoors. Sow anise seed directly into its permanent bed, and that undisturbed taproot rewards you with a full, healthy harvest by midsummer's end. And we have not even reached number 11 yet, with 2 more plants still waiting. Plant number 11 sat on nearly every ancient kitchen table without anyone realizing its documented scriptural weight. Plant number 11, Dill. The seed scripture references directly as another measured tithe crop within ancient documented agricultural record, growing today for $3 against $6 per jar of specialty dried dill. Tall, feathery blue-green foliage and wide yellow umbrella flower heads sway steadily in warm sunlight across raised bed soil. Zones 2 through 11. Full sun, well-drained soil. Ancient scriptural agricultural law listed dill directly alongside cumin and anise as a measured tithe crop of documented economic weight. University extension records confirm Anethum graveolens grows tall and top-heavy, requiring adequate spacing to avoid stalks toppling under their own weight. One packet of dill seed costs $3 and replaces roughly $35 yearly in specialty herb purchases. Most American growers crowd dill too closely together, producing thin, weak stalks that topple in summer wind. That spacing mistake costs growers nearly half their usable harvest by midsummer. Space dill a full 12 inches apart, and those sturdy stalks stand tall through summer wind without ever needing support stakes. What plant, spot, or situation in your yard has defeated every single thing you have ever tried? Drop it below right now. Plant number 12, Caraway, the biennial seed plant documented in ancient traditional record as one of the oldest cultivated seasoning crops known, growing today for $3 against $6 per jar of specialty seed. Lacy, carrot-like foliage and small white flower clusters emerge slowly across cool, raised bed soil, waiting patiently through its first full year. Zones 3 through 7. Full sun, well-drained soil. Documented ancient traditional records place caraway among the oldest cultivated seasoning plants known to early agricultural civilization. University extension records confirm carum carvi requires 2 full growing seasons, producing seed only in its second biennial year. One packet of caraway seed costs $3 and replaces roughly $38 yearly in specialty spice purchases. Most American growers pull caraway in its first year, mistaking quiet foliage growth for a failed planting. That impatience mistake destroys the entire seed harvest before the valuable second year ever arrives. Let caraway sit quietly through its entire first year, and that simple patience delivers a genuine seed harvest by year 2. That completes all 12 biblical-era plants documented across ancient traditional record and text. But 3 things about this entire collection, almost no single source. 3 things about biblical plants that almost no single source ever puts together in one place. Documented ancient trade records show frankincense and myrrh once traded for nearly the equivalent value of gold by weight across entire ancient trade regions and caravan routes. A complete container collection of all 12 documented plants replaces between $80 and $150 yearly in specialty spice, resin, and wellness purchases, combined every single season. University Extension archives confirm 9 of these 12 documented plants self-seed or divide reliably each season, meaning your initial investment compounds permanently into an ever-expanding collection year after year without any repeated cost. That single documented detail separates this biblical herb garden entirely from any one-time nursery purchase you have ever made in the past. Here is exactly where to begin, based on your specific zone, starting right now today. Here is exactly where to begin. Zone to plants $2. If you garden in zones 3 through 5, start with Hyssop, Wormwood, and Caraway, 3 of the hardiest documented plants in this entire biblical collection, each proven to survive harsh, cold winters while still replacing roughly $130 yearly in combined specialty spice and herbal purchases. If you garden in zones 6 through 9, start this August with frankincense, myrrh, and cumin, the 3 most climate-sensitive documented plants in this entire biblical collection, each requiring warm season establishment right now while conditions remain favorable and stable. Miss this narrow window, and your very first usable harvest waits a full year, so plant these 3 before September closes that door completely. You just received zone-accurate, dollar-grounded, documented plant knowledge that most American gardening channels have never once put together in one single trusted place. If this video gave you even one biblical plant you had never seriously considered growing before today, hit like right now before you go. Drop your state and your specific zone in the comments below and tell me honestly which plant from this documented collection you are planting first this August season. Subscribe to Natural Verge. The plants your great-grandmother once knew are still out there waiting, and we find them every single week for you.